How's it going, guys? Here with Brad and Dan for the weekly live stream, Friday live stream. Hope you all have had a good week. Dan, how is everything going this week for you? I know you've been incredibly busy.
I have no idea. We're going to find out while I'm sitting here. I have probably looked at my trading stuff a grand total of like 2 or 3 times all week. So actually, sort of one of the beauties of automation is that I have been incredibly busy, and we'll get into why, but been incredibly busy with sort of business stuff for us. We have some huge improvements both to the software and in our infrastructure that we can talk about. But yeah, so I've been sort of following along and on my TradingView charts. But yeah, I think overall it was a decent week. It was actually probably a better week than we have had with the volatility and news cycle that we've been in. That's been very difficult. It's been very difficult for a lot of discretionary traders. It's been very difficult for a lot of automation too. So, as things sort of normalize, and I wouldn't even say it's normalized yet, we just went in a straight line for a couple of days. But as things do normalize and oil drops below 80, which I would fully expect, there are still some risks there, but I would expect it to still drop below 80. I think that will continue to normalize further, and volatility will sort of come back into a normal range. And I think we're really due for a really good automation upswing on all of our stuff, whether it be Ninja, Kairos, or Vector. All of the index, especially index strategies, I think are sort of coming off a period of either sideways or a drawdown, and it's really the best time for me. And we've talked on these streams many times about when to start strategy. You don't want to start a strategy when it's been on a ripper. You want to start a strategy when it's sort of been either petering sideways or in a drawdown. So drawdown, sometimes you want to see a little bit of a change before you jump right in. But yeah, I think we are going to see some cool stuff.
Yeah, this is the oil strategy I've been trading. I can't. What the heck is going on?
Tornado warning.
Yeah, I got a tornado warning right now.
Did you really? I mean, I figured.
Yeah.
I mean, just because where you're located, I just assumed it was a tornado warning. So
Yeah.
it's either a tornado warning or a missing child usually around here.
Yeah. No, this is the new Vector Platinum.
So well, get to first things first. Get to safety.
Yeah. Well, I'm in a basement, so not a
good news.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been liking this Vector. I don't think it's been. I think it's been about flat this week, or just kind of.
I really like that. I really like that strategy for oil. I think it. So I actually was playing with that one a little bit on some other instruments. Some instruments I know traditionally are. This is sort of a dip buy or sort of rip sell type strategy, and I think it would do really well on silver. Silver is traditionally just such a crappy trading instrument, and this strategy would do really well, I think, on silver, because silver loves sort of that manipulative, gross dump then reclaim move type stuff. And I think that this is sort of a strategy that's made for that type of thing. So I would like him to sort of get some silver settings out there for this one, because I think it would outperform.
Yeah, no, and it has that protective stop once you kind of get into profit. So that would be nice if silver reverses on you. Yeah, no, that's I've been liking that one. I have that on a few things. What have you been running, Brad? I know you've been what have you been running? Actually, I don't remember.
I ran QuantX this week, which was the big winner for me on 3 micros. It was up about $5,500 this week. And then I was running the ES and the NQ regular trading hour bands charts, which they're optimized over a year. So I think overall they're good. It was just a bad week for it because price just went up the whole week. And when you're trading anything that's looking for reversals, that doesn't work well when price just keeps going up. Um, so those didn't do very, very well this week. I haven't even looked to see what the total overall week would have been, but I'm pretty sure it was down a good bit. And I was running some optimized settings on the new um, Secret Lab version that was released, and it I know Monday and I think Wednesday had pretty good days.
Very good days, yes.
Yeah, and then yesterday was a down day, and I haven't looked to see what it did today, but
Looks like today
again,
we're sort of flattish-ish.
was it?
Not a killer day either way. It was just sort of slightly red to slightly green, depending on just how people were running it, and there's a lot of variation in how people run that strategy. So
Yeah.
I think me and you are running it one way. Alfie is running it a slightly different way, but I believe it's sort of a similar type deal, but he's running it on NQ. I like how we have this set up here, and I've been working on some stuff in the background, sort of just some different ways to run Secret Lab. I think Secret Lab is a sort of underutilized strategy within the Clear Edge offering, and I think that's for a couple of reasons. And one of them is that we don't really have that type of preset that Kairos or Vector has, that for the sort of casual, just starting out in automation user, those strategies are incredibly easy to start up, to run, to use. So I think that's the advantage of Kairos and Vector for us, is that, and for our users, is that it's really incredibly easy to run, get set up to. Sort of everyone's like, oh, what settings to use, right? Is always the question we get from support questions, right? Secret Lab, we don't really offer a whole lot of guidance on what to do, and that's on purpose. To be honest, is there are so few inputs on Secret Lab compared to others that it's really easy for users to customize their own stuff and to play around with their own stuff. We're running it on 1 minute right now, myself and Brad are, but a lot of people run this strategy anywhere from 5 to 15. I know there's one person I'm aware of that runs it on an hourly. So, and they've run it on an hourly for years and run it successfully for hourly for years.
Wow.
I think he described it as a plotter. It just sort of doesn't have real big peaks and valleys. It just sort of grinds, and that was what it was designed to do. Oh, look who it is! It's Tommy Bahama here.
How's it going, guys?
Good evening.
You and Brad have your nice pool houses.
Yeah, my pool house is nicer than yours, Lee.
I'm on my phone, so I
Is
can't
yours a
even see.
background?
No,
Is yours actually?
Yeah, Flutter.
No,
I know yours is.
do you want me to jump in?
I can't tell with Brad's.
Yeah, mine's a background. Lee's is real.
Yeah. That's the benefit of living in Florida.
That's true.
So yeah, we're sort of just recapping strategies for the week before we get into sort of some new goings on at the Clear Edge house. But how was your automation week?
It started off a little slow, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was were pretty good for me. Running little Kairos stuff, little Ninja stuff, a little stuff I testing out. I think I had Secret Lab going, so I had a pretty good Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Nice. Yeah, I know it's been It's been good.
Ninja seems to have made a nice little recovery. And I was just telling these guys that, you know, myself and you, we've been so busy that barely had a chance to look at anything. And the other thing is all of my accounts are really spread out right now, and I'll show you guys why in just a few minutes. But I have essentially 1 or 2 accounts on like 9 different VPS servers. So
Yeah.
it's not as easy for me to currently check sort of how things are going. So I just haven't, and I've been very hands off this week. So
Yeah, we've been busy testing stuff. You know, shout out to Ghost Eye Crew, who probably are watching here today.
yep.
We've been working hard to get this Coast Sniper feature going, so you guys are ready
It's
to
called
go.
Broadcast. Theirs is called Coast Sniper.
Yeah.
No,
Well, our
you are
broadcast feature to run your Coast Sniper. So
correct. There we go. You know, and I'm very excited for that to start Monday. For those that don't know, it's sort of a new software feature that we have, and we can get into that in a little bit once we go through some strategy stuff. But
yeah, I would encourage those guys. You know, you're in the ClearEdge ecosystem. You know, obviously you're gonna benefit greatly from your Coast Sniper signals, but take a look at the marketplace. The 7-day free trials on most of the strategies. There's some awesome stuff on there. Ninja, Kairos, Spectre Platinum. And there's some really cool settings for various, whether you want to trade gold or, you know, the ES, the NASDAQ, oil. I think there's some people working on some currency pairs. So there's lots of different stuff that we can trade. And
Yep. And everything, when you go into the marketplace, you can go in there, you can look at the back test that's connected to it. They have different options. So he has an MES one out here and a MNQ one on there if you're looking at Market Ninja. Kind of get some examples of it on there as well. But yeah, I don't know if people were watching while Dan was talking, but I did set up a strategy, an alert, and connected it to a broker. Well, I haven't connected to the broker yet, so I'll do that right now. So if you need to rewind, kind of look at how I set up the alerts, then you can go at your own pace. I'm actually taking off.
the little chat thing in the top right is actually blocking, I think. So if you want to remove that so people can see where that button is, yeah, just remove it from the screen in general. It would be great. But yeah, I think that those that are going to be using the broadcast feature to follow Coast Sniper along, you know, how he's setting up a strategy right now is exactly the same thing that you guys are going to do to follow the individual trades. So there's no difference in setting up a strategy whether you're following the Market Ninja or Kairos or Vector or whatever strategy or your own strategy. There's zero difference between that and following along using the broadcast feature. It's just you're just selecting a different signal in the signal drop down. And we can go through that in a little bit, but you know, I want to tornado again, second tornado.
Yeah.
So, you know, I want to make sure that we go through our strategy performance for the week.
Yep. Yeah, this was I was going to look at, so RTY, this is the one I'm actually removing. So I was setting up an alert for something else. It's been more of a plow horse for me. It's been something that I've been comfortable with because it just doesn't lose money I've been running it since probably back here around somewhere. So
which one is that? Is that the moving average one?
Yep, this is moving averages. And all it's done, I mean, I think I made a little bit of money and then it kind of flattened out a bit. So I was kind of keeping my eye on it for what I want to do with it. I have it hooked up. I actually created these specific settings so I could trade one M2K because I have a funded account that's dwindling and I wanted something with a very low, like either ES strategy that I could trade that only had like 50-point stops, or I mean a 10-point stop. So it'd only be like a $50 loss. Well, I did it for M2K. And so I've been running it and it's like a $40 loss. in a $40 win. So I was just kind of letting it go. And it got my account up a bit. I think at one point I was down to like $100 on that funded account. So I'm back up to like $300-400 on that account since starting this. But yeah, I have some ES settings that have a longer back test. So I was going to swap those out, which is what I did. So now that I kind of did that, now I can set up these. But yeah, to talk about what Dan was saying, if we want to go over the rest of the performance, so I'm running currently MA. I have a couple things on Kairos MA, which in the marketplace is going to be this one. And then I'm running Vector Platinum with crude oil. I really like that one. I think it's going to do good. And then I have a band strategy on for the year back test that Brad currently made. Looks like Dan's out of here.
The tornado siren is going on, so we might have to come down here.
All right, come. Yeah, if you have to come down here, my wife is saying that they might have to bring the kids down here because the tornado siren. But yeah, so I have I'm running that bands, and then I have Market Ninja on one account, but I'm actually going to swap that one out as well. So I only have two suggestions for swapping out is the RTY one, swapping out, and then Market Ninja. And that's just based off of the analysis I do. When I do my analysis on these strategies, when I run them through AI to find out what's going to be best on my accounts, I usually do that and make decisions based on that. I don't always follow it, but for the most part, it knows all the information about how I like to set my stuff up. And so it just kind of uses my parameters to put stuff on. And I have a preference in my AI to always go with stuff that has a longer back test. So the longer back it goes and the more solid it is, the further I will. So, and there's a place for shorter back tests. So, I mean, if we look at Market Ninja, this is 6 months of data. So that's a fantastic. I mean, that's just insanely good, even though it's been flat. But when you go back, say, a year, you start to see that this has been a regime-fitted strategy, which is not necessarily bad because you never know when a regime is going to end. A market regime could continue, and this same price action could continue going on, and this could continue being a great strategy. It's just with 6 months of data, you don't have that same amount of time to see that it's gone through several different regimes. So yeah, it goes back, I don't know, it's been going up since, let's see, November 2025. So it's a decently long time, but still. And then, let's see. Oh, Lee joined again. Let me get him on.
Yeah, I was going to say you brought it up. I forgot that I was running what was I was running a VWAP test into a practice account. And then also I was running MA I think I posted those a couple of days ago. David, did I post the MA NQ settings, the year-long settings for those? I know I optimized it. I can't remember if I posted that or not, or if I need to, but I was running that as well into one account, but it doesn't take that many trades, so it didn't really get much the end of this week when I ran it, but I forgot I was running those as well.
Yeah, I don't remember if you posted those. I know you posted a couple. I thought they were for bands the year long. I didn't know you posted the other ones.
Yeah, I did the bands last week. I don't think I ever posted the MA ones because that might have been Wednesday or something that I optimized that. But I may have never gone back and posted it, but I'll get that posted this weekend for anybody interested in those. It's year-long back test on regular trading hours. And it's we'll try to find, at least for us and the other developers but we'll try to post a mix of regular trading hours and electronic, because some people prefer to just trade New York session when they're around their computers, or if you have a prop firm that says they don't like automation, then regular trading hours is probably a better option just because it looks more human-like. But Some people just don't. Some people can't sleep well if you have automation running because they're scared something's going to mess up and they're going to lose all their money. So it just depends on whatever. I always say for everything else, if it's what you feel comfortable with. If you're getting um, heart palpitations when you're in a trade that's got a 100-point stop, then you need to find a strategy that doesn't have a 100-point stop because that's what works best for you. And then same way with automation, if you prefer to at least you might not be manually entering, but if you prefer to be around your computer, so in case you see something weird, you can intervene, then regular trading hours probably works better for you. So everybody just has to figure out their own preferences.
Yep. Hey, Lee, is Dan like changing the layout? Like, what just happened? I don't know what
I
just.
have maybe he did. It's not me. I'm on mobile, so
Okay. That's weird. I don't know what happened. It just stopped streaming my screen. Yeah, I was gonna just show that this is where you find stuff. So if you're in the Discord, you can go to the marketplace, click on the strategy that you're using. I don't know, is CoSniper gonna have their own area here as well, or is that kind of something?
no, it's separate. So right now it's only available through Ghost Eye Discord. If people want to partake, I know he's pretty much filled up on his slots. He's limited, but they could reach out to AK directly if they're interested. They would have to join his Discord and pay whatever connection if there was a slot available. If there's not, I think he has a waiting list for it. So we're just the execution software that he trusts to be the signal provider. Oh, sorry, the signal distributor to his signal, and we look forward to servicing his community, and hopefully, the automation side too, because now you have this powerful software in your hands. You can take advantage of all of the great strategies we have, or any personal strategies you want to automate.
Yep. Somebody asked in the chat. I don't see the broadcast option on my ClearEdge homepage. I was gonna let either Dan or you address that stuff, maybe at the end, or if you wanted to address it now.
Yeah, we've both been working with tons of people. We had an issue with some users that weren't seeing it. We were able to manually add it. So just DM one of us your email, and we can take a look in our backend just to make sure it's been provisioned to you. But that little glitch we had has been fixed. So we appreciate everybody bearing with us. This is, we had a lot of people on board at the same time today, so we had quite an influx of support. But hope we'll make sure all of you guys are up and running, ready for the Globex session Sunday night and into Monday's trading hours when AK is going to start sending signals.
Yep.
And just to follow up on that, I know that there is possibly a stream sometime on Sunday, maybe in the Ghost Eye Discord, and then David and I do another stream Sunday at 4:30 Central, prepping for market open. Where there we go more into here's how you set up a signal, here's how you get it connected. But also we can make sure I think it's already been posted in a few places, but we can post again the link to schedule a call with one of us. So if you want to us over I know I have some availability set on my calendar for this weekend. If you guys need to get on a call, make sure you just have everything set up and ready, minus the actual broadcast piece yet, because I think you'll be getting your invite this weekend sometime, your invite code, but you can at least go ahead and get connected to your broker, kind of understand the software a little bit more. But we'll get that link posted to you guys so y'all can schedule a setup call if you need help with it.
Yeah, for sure. I'll post that in the chat. Yeah. If
And there is a video also pinned in the CoSniper chat in the Ghost Eye Discord. To the top, to that CoSniper chat channel, there's a video pinned in there that will show you how to take the signal once you've been invited to the broadcast. there is a video that shows you how to take that signal and put it on your account. It's the same as if you're doing automation. We're just taking the signal, from 8K instead of taking it from TradingView. So you'll set up your strategies the same way in your ClearEdge software, and you'll just attach that signal to whatever broker you want to execute that signal on. And I know people have asked about the multiplier. From what I've seen, 8K is typically entering 3, 4, max maybe 5 contracts at a time. So if he's taking 20, 25 contracts, that means his multiplier is on 5. We don't need to worry about that. We just need to worry about your account and what you're comfortable with. So if you know he's scaling into a position with 3 or 4 contracts and your max comfortable risk is 3 or 4, you want to leave your multiplier on 1. And even if you're comfortable a little higher, just for the first week or so, leave it on 1. Just get used to it, get used to the sizing, and then scale up from there. That's my opinion.
Yeah. I think I'm getting disconnected here because the storm outside. Hey, Dan, are you on?
Yeah, I just got back. Sorry, my big dog decided to throw up right in the middle of the stream. So let me
Are you
share
on it?
mine.
Are you able to replace me as a host just in case I get out like my internet drops from the storm?
I don't know if I can replace you. Maybe. I think you can give it to me. You've got to give me the screen right now, actually. Oh boy. There we go. So, you guys see my screen okay?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Let me actually just move this to another tab so we don't get the crazy. All right, that should be good there. So I did want to actually show you guys some of the new features with ClearEdge, and we can talk about the broadcast, and Lee is going to have a video out probably tomorrow on actually on connecting the broadcast. But what we can talk about a little bit here is when you do subscribe, right, you're now going to see this button here for broadcasts, and we don't need to get into it completely, but then you're going to see your channel memberships. Here's the channel membership, right? You'll see right now, actually, this is from the testing we were doing on CoSniper. He's going to give you an invitation code on sometime over the weekend, right? You're going to put in that invitation code and you're going to hit join. Then what you'll see is something right here, and you're going to essentially request access to join. Once you request access to join, he will approve you, and you'll be in his channel. You'll be able to then see the signals that he has created and subscribe to one of them. Now, let's open the ClearEdge software. I have mine running on a VPS. Actually, you know what? I think I can show you guys this. Let me go to, actually, I'll do it the way I was going to do it. So now I'm just going to sign into my software. Oh, mistyped. All right. So I'm actually just going to get a new, I'm going to add a new subscription here just so you can see it. So I'm going to add another unlimited subscription just because I own the company, so I can do what I want. But so you're going to see this is how me buying a subscription. Obviously, I've got to put my code in, subscribe. So now I'm going to see my new subscription pop up once it goes through here. All right, purchase successful. Sweet. So now I'll be able to open my new subscription. I actually need to restart my software for that reason. So going to restart my software. So there's my new subscription here because it's available. My other ones I'm using on VPSs. That's why I didn't want to kick myself out. So now here's my ClearEdge stuff here. Now I'm going to then go to the signals tab, right? And I'm going to create a new signal. Actually, I don't need to do that. So I'm actually going to go right down here, and actually you'll see the Co-Sniper signal, Co-Sniper MNQ. That's the test. When you join his broadcast, you'll also have this here. You'll have his signal that you're subscribed to right down here. Now, I'm going to go to a broker, right? I can just go to this broker. Got to make sure you turn it off. I can go down right to the bottom, and I can select that signal, right? I can put it on any account I want. I type in what instrument I want, and then there's your multiplier. Your multiplier is just, he's going to be sending one orders. So every time he clicks a button, it sends one to you. If you want to do 2 contracts, you set it to 2. If you want to do 3, you set it to 3, 4, so on. Now, if he hits buy once and then buy a second time, that's going to give you 6, because every time he takes an order, right, you're going to take 3. You can adjust that mid signal if you really like, but you would need to turn it off. I don't suggest you doing that. When he hits flatten, right, it's going to, if he bought 2 or 3 times and you're in for 6 or 9 contracts, he hits flatten, you're going to be out totally. So he's been doing a pretty good job on learning how to do this stuff. So yeah, that's really it. It's just like setting up an automation signal once you're subscribed. So very, very easy. Don't get overwhelmed on that. So the other thing I wanted to show you guys is our VPS stuff that's coming into play soon. So this is how our VPS is going to work. So I'm going to the admin dashboard, but in yours, when you own it, it'll be in the VPS instance. So these are the ones I'm testing right now, right? So I'm just testing a bunch of different ones. So let's go into this one. When I click on browser, it's just going to connect to my VPS. Very, very simple. It's already logged in. There you go. There's my account that I was trading today on the futures desk. Let's see real time how it did. So I want to go and look. Let's see. No, it's already cleared today, but let's see. This account's down a little bit, and this account looks like it was up a little bit today. So the last couple of trades, it was, yeah, had some good trades at the end of the day. Now this isn't very good because I'm testing this VPS. This speed is terrible. So now I know this is probably not the system that we want to try. So we can go to the next one here. I'm trying to find the one that was the Co-Sniper VPS test. Just clicking on it. Here it is. So this one today was up $464. Let's see. I was trading 2 contracts. Every time he was entering, I was taking 2. Look at the speeds I was getting today on this one. This is much better than that last one. But yeah, so you're seeing real time, just as I am. I had no idea if he was up or down today, but today I actually bumped it up to 2 contracts. I had been using 1 all week. So I think I started this on Tuesday, maybe, and we're up $638 on 1 or 2 contracts. So I think, yeah, today was the first day I did 2. So that's Co-Sniper for you, but that's also the VPS. So literally the VPS right there, you're just going to hit browser, or you can go to remote desktop. Your password's right here for you. If you have any issues, you reboot right from our server. You also can resize. So if you decide you're now going to run, let's say, 10 strategies, right, and your VPS is really slow, you can click resize, and it's going to bring up all your different options that you could resize to, as well as their associated costs. So really nice feature there. It's going to save all your stuff. It's not going to yeah, it's not going to kick you out, redo it. You don't have to go buy a new one. So this is a really, really nice feature. I haven't seen any other VPS company do anything like this. So yeah, also you have your IP address here. You know where your IP is, and when it does come out, you will be able to test them all, right? So you can actually, I'll show you exactly how it works right now. So I'll try add a VPS to my ultimate plan. We're figuring out exactly what VPS is going to be best for each plan. Now, this is recommended, and again, this is just a mock-up here, so this isn't the final product. These are not the final prices. Once again, I will disclose these are not the final prices. But this is just, it tells me what's the recommended for the plan that I'm on. I'm on an unlimited plan, so I'm obviously going to need a bigger VPS. I pick the one that I want. Say I want the XXL one. I'm just going to add the VPS and add to my subscription. Boom, all done. My VPS has been added. Now I have a VPS. It's no more going. We're now going to be sort of a one-stop shop for all of this stuff. So really exciting stuff, and hopefully you guys like it.
Someone asked when the VPS is coming out. I think we probably need another week of testing,
Yeah,
and I think we'll be ready.
I would say at a minimum 2 to 3 weeks. There are so really it's we need to provision, make sure that we are properly optimizing these. You saw how it sort of suggests size and whatnot based on the plan you're on. We want you guys to be getting the best speeds possible for what you're running, right? If you're running one broker, Co-Sniper to with just that one account, right? You don't need a huge VPS. You're not, but we need to make sure that that VPS is not only adequately sized and fast enough, but it's also affordable, right? So we have some work to do on that end. The infrastructure is built, but it's more about making sure we find the stuff that's going to be the most affordable setup for you, as well as the most optimized to run our software. And that takes some time. And I'd rather say it's going to be a month than and have it be next week than have it be say next week and have it be a month. So we're a couple weeks out, whether that's 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm not sure, but we want to make sure, as we do with all of our stuff, that it's done right and you guys get the best product possible.
Yeah.
What other questions do we have here? Let's go. We can go back to TradingView. Let's see. Send a message to. Let's see. Oh, we should see well, if you should see broadcast if you subscribe to broadcast. If you purchase broadcast, then it should pop up in your my.clearedge. It would be right here at the bottom. Well, let's go back to some strategies. If there's no more questions on that, we can certainly go back to some strategy stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to.
So, Mike, the Co-Sniper test on my local desktop app. No, it's actually on a VPS. This is my VPS. It's actually opens from a browser window. And my speeds, let's see what I got all day. Let's see. 55 milliseconds, 51, 49, 43. Pretty good. I had never seen this. Lee, have you ever seen this one? This is a message we got from Rhythmic. Have you ever seen that order rejected or whatever? Or any of you guys who are on?
I think we lost Lee.
That's okay. He's on Florida time.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen that message. But with the speeds that you're getting too, Dan, you said you're on like the medium to what we currently have as the medium tier. Right?
Give me 1 second. I'll tell you which one this is, Brad, that I'm testing. So my goal for next week on this one is to add another broker and add another signal to it. This one is this one here. So this is the one CPU, the 8 gigabytes with the 12.5 of memory. So this is the double with the 2 CPUs and 16 gigabytes and 12.5 memory. So you can see my CPU speeds here, or usage. Market's not open, so obviously you're not going to see a whole lot there, but I resized this one today, the Linux one. I think that too is going to be something that I think people should really think about utilizing more. I'm not a Linux guy, but man, is it easy. and man, is it cheap compared to other stuff. I mean, a Linux server might, for the same speed, might be half the price of a Windows one. So, I mean, we can certainly take a look at that, but starting with no VPS.
What are you running on, Brad? Are you on the medium? You said medium.
Yeah,
Linux?
I'm on the medium Linux. I started with a small, and that's where Dan was saying we have to find out what was, because I was getting pretty
Yes.
slow execution speeds on the small, even with just 2 brokers, right? So there's obviously different processors.
What happened when
different-
you dropped it down to 1? Did you get any improvement?
I don't
Not
remember if I
really.
ever dropped that one down to 1 before, because I was running 2 on it during
Are you
trading
running?
hours.
You running with the VPS optimizing settings?
Yep, I had that on.
Yeah. So like I'm trying to run it with charts on it at first, and then seeing if I can speed it up with the VPS optimizing settings. And when I say the VPS optimizing settings, guys, what I'm saying is actually when you go to the settings menu on ClearEdge, you click on VPS optimize, and you can just hit quick optimize, right? It's going to shut down any non-essential functions, charts, audio alerts, stuff like that. So if you are getting slow speeds on your machine, you can actually always run this even if you're on your desktop.
Yeah.
Which
And
one's
like,
the one that shuts down charts specifically, Brad? Do you remember? Is it CSS animations or GPU?
I actually don't even remember there, because I just have mine turned off anyway.
Yeah. But one of these will actually shut down your charts for you, so
Yeah.
you're not seeing candlesticks and stuff.
I'll go check that this weekend, because that's what people don't realize. Those charts, that they take up a lot of CPU power. And for automation, you don't need it. I mean, it gives you a visual, but basically on your broker, you can just have your accounts list, so you can see what the balances are, and you can have the positions widget, which will show you, what contract you're in, how many, and also what your P&L. So there's a couple of ways you can see the data for your trade without having to have the actual chart up. And since you're not manually executing, the chart doesn't matter, and it really makes a huge difference. But yeah, I was on the small Linux to start with, and again, I have some experience with Linux, but you're not really doing anything in
You're
there, right?
not.
You're literally just opening the software
Let's
and
open it.
using the same buttons you're going to use on Windows or not. And Windows just, even though I'm sure these are optimized without some of it, but Windows has a lot of bloatware on it, which just slows everything down. And Linux is a lot more streamlined. So if you see Linux and it's a cheaper option and it scares you because you're not familiar with it, there's really no difference once you get into it at all.
I mean, look at this. I mean, this is the same software. This was the medium Linux, Brad, and I'm just running 1. Obviously, it looks like I had a profit target or daily stop loss hit here at the end of the day, but this was what I was getting for speeds on the medium Linux ones, so pretty good. But it's literally the same thing. It's the same software. It comes when you buy our VPS. It's going to come preloaded, so all you have to do is put in your password. You're logging in your password, and yeah, you're up and running and ready to go. So it's not scary, and that's a spot where if you are trying to be cost conscious on your VPS spending, certainly I would think about a Linux server versus a Windows. You're going to pay a premium for Windows.
And I know some people will question, do you need a VPS? The answer to that is no, you don't have to have one. But a couple of things, especially if you're not around it while it's running, you never know if your power is going to go out, if your internet's going to go out, if just the various things that can happen. I think maybe it was last week, I didn't have it running on my VPS and the power went out, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there trying to hotspot my phone because I'm in a trade, right? And I'm trying to hotspot my phone so I can get connected back, so I can see what's going on and figure out what I need to do with my trade. So you don't have to worry about that stuff, because these data centers have redundancies for power, internet, and everything. So they should have virtually no downtime.
And we're on AWS, and we have the ability to you can always re-provision if you're using ours when ours launches in a couple of weeks here. You can always re-provision if Ohio, the data center's down. You can always re-provision to Northern Virginia. We did look into Chicago. Chicago exists. We might offer it. It's double the price. And our services are in Northern Virginia. All of our servers are in Northern Virginia. So essentially think of it this way. Your signal is generating in Northern Virginia. It's then traveling from Northern Virginia to the brokerage, which most of them are in Chicago, and then coming back to us, right? So if you cut off time, it's going to just extend the time from our server to the brokerage. And it's just going to put the time in a different spot. It's not going to save you much from our servers, is what I'm saying. It's still got a round trip from Virginia to Chicago and back. So either way, if you have it in Chicago, I think when we tested it, it was all of like 4 millisecond average faster. Certainly not worth double the price faster.
Yeah.
So, you have also, here's the ability, and this is actually and I'm actually seeing this for the first time today because there's some additions that our software team have made and allowed IP address. When you use one of the higher end VPSs, you can actually pick sort of a permanent IP address. So let's see, let's extend that IP address here and make permanent, and you can label your IP. I can add my IP here, updated my IP to my current IP, and now let's see how long it takes to launch my VPS that I just bought. You guys saw me on stream just buy it. So we're going to do a test here.
Wait, one thing while that's running, there is a question on if you're starting with no VPS, but on your personal computer. Really, the recommendations are your computer has to stay on. Make sure that you have it set to not go to sleep. If it goes to sleep, trades will not execute. And that's probably one of the, a lot of times if somebody says, my trades didn't execute and they're new, that's probably one of the things that they did is they set everything up.
90% of the time.
Yep. Set everything up. It was good. But, and again, it may just be lack of knowledge, right? But the app has to stay open, has to stay up. And you can, like my computer, it still goes to screensaver and everything, and it still works behind the scenes, but I have my sleep settings turned off. So you'll just need to make sure that that's set for it to be able to execute the trades. But really, that's the big thing is just make sure your sleep settings are turned off.
You know what burned me last week?
What's
Me
that?
being a bozo, and I own the company, and I still made this mistake. I forgot to turn off my auto updates.
Oh, yeah.
So my computer auto updated in the middle of the night, left me in a long on, I think it was NQ. Actually would have been a very big winning trade. Ended up being a very, very big losing trade when news came out 2 hours later, and I was still long. And I ended up blowing 3 funded accounts that were payout eligible. And so when you do make mistakes, and I say that very purposefully, when you make mistakes, you will make mistakes. Know that we've all made the same ones and we learn from them. And every mistake I make, I certainly learn from. But that was one that I know very well to turn off my updates. I'm normally running on a VPS. But I was running it locally because we were testing our VPS stuff, and I didn't want to run my stuff on test VPSs at the time that we had just launched and I wasn't sure of. So yeah, mistake happened, and start over. So now you can just see, and I bought it just like any customer would. That's the VPS that I just bought. It just provisioned, right? So now I can do one of two things. I can use remote desktop, or I can open in browser, right? If you open in browser, if you want to use this from your phone, hint, hint, we're now essentially a mobile application because you can open this in browser. You can click this from my.clearedge right from your mobile phone, and it will open your VPS right on your phone. just like this. This is a brand new VPS that I've never used, right? So this is setting itself up, and it should open our software once it loads. There we go. You pick my license key. Let's use the what license did I just use? Let's use this one because I just did it. Override, and I'm in. Already logged in everything because I logged in from my ClearEdge. Now I can set up. Let's set up CoSniper, right? I'm going to do it on Tradovate. I'm going to add a new strategy. Here's my new strategy. I go down to my CoSniper signal. There you go. I pick my account. I type in MNQ M6. That's the current contract. Put my multiplier. If I want to trade 2 contracts, I trade 2. I make sure I start my system right here in the top right. And I'm going to start my system now. Let's see if this actually logs me into anything. No, it doesn't. Tradovate's actually doing scheduled maintenance, but put in my password here. Once I'm logged in, I can actually hit the hide button to hide the window, and I start my strategy. It's going to say, obviously, I'm not connected to an account, so it's not going to let me start it. Any videos related to that on the ClearEdge best practice? There's a whole playlist, actually, a startup playlist on our YouTube. That's called like the ClearEdge Essential Pack, I believe. That certainly. Let's see. So right here, you can go to playlists, and here's the Getting Started pack. I would watch all of those if you're brand new. But yeah, pretty cool with the VPS for how it starts, logging you right in, picking your license, etc. And then when I want to close it, right, I just X out of the browser window. And here's my VPS if I have an issue. So say now I want to run more strategies, right? I'm on a high-end VPS here, so I probably wouldn't, but you can just hit the upgrade, downgrade button right here. Let's see. This is brand new, so I'm learning here as we go. Let's see if that even works yet. Oh, there it goes. Now I can, and again, ignore the prices. Oh, I don't need as much speed. I'm only running 1 account. I don't need an XXL. I can save myself $40 a month. I'm going to downgrade, right? It's going to give me my new invoice amount. Again, sample prices, confirm my downgrade, and my VPS plan is initiated. You're going to see this reboot here in just a moment with my new VPS.
Yep, I used that. I think maybe two or 3 days ago when I went.
How'd you like it?
Yeah, it worked well.
It's smooth.
Yep, it was easy to, like I said, upgrade, downgrade, and then whenever you get back in the new one, everything's still logged in there and set up, so you don't have to redo stuff once you get in there. But yeah, it was easy. It's nice because and I've done that with VPSs for other things. Maybe you start because you think you need, X amount of CPU or memory, and then you get there and you're like, well, this is a little more laggy than I thought it would be because I have 4 brokers running or something, right? And so it's easier for you to just kind of bump it up. Because I'm sure a lot of people will probably start with a cheaper one. Just everybody wants to spend as little money as possible, and you might get in there and realize that.
And they're going to start with Windows, which is unfortunate because they can get a way faster VPS on Linux.
Yep. And I think when you go in here to upgrade, downgrade, I think you can swap operating systems, but I think there is a note, I haven't tried to do it, that you are going to lose all your data.
Let's give it a go. Why not? Let's see if we can break it. Okay. So switching operating, so it's like, here's the key, right? So if you're switching from Windows to Windows, right, it's actually not going to change anything here, right? When I log back in, I'm just going to get my new settings. It's re-provisioning the same VPS with just new settings, right? So yeah, you'll have to log back in, but there's not a whole new sort of reboot process. It should be very, very clean for you to see. I'm already logged into that one I just was, even though I have upgraded my plan. Now let's try and do it with Linux. Let's see, upgrade, downgrade. Switching operating system will terminate my current instance. That's okay. So let's go to XXL on Linux. I understand all data on my current VPS. There's another big one. Don't save your homework on a VPS.
Yeah.
So this is one, it's not your computer. It's a computer in the cloud that you're borrowing and renting. So don't save Word documents. Don't save emails. Don't save important things, bank statements, or anything that you would be very upset if you lost. That's why we have that warning. Because when you do terminate an instance, right? If you are renting the same instance for years and years and years, which some people might, it doesn't matter. Save whatever you want. But if you're going to be switching instances based on what you're running and sizing on based on what you're running, then so be it.
For sure.
So someone asked, do we have a copy trading feature? Sort of, I guess. So Echo is essentially our copy trading feature. This is actually sort of what it looks like from AK's side when he's going to be broadcasting. It's just very simple: buy, sell, flatten, and you can go to your ClearEdge software. Actually, I'll need to log back into my VPS here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, but you can go into your ClearEdge software and you can select your Echo signal, and you can put that on as many accounts as you want. You can also send and as many accounts as your account plan will allow. You can also send signals in the software to Trade of Eight's group feature. Yep. And you can
that's what I was going to say. It depends on what kind of copy trade you're talking about, because you can use the Trade of Eight groups. And then like Top Step, for instance, has the built-in copy trader that you're sending it to one account and the other ones can copy within Top Step instead of within ClearEdge. But if you're wanting to, like this Echo thing, if you're wanting to manually trade and have it copy or have it go across multiple props, then you can add those different accounts to your Echo signal that you're sending out, and it'll execute on all those trades. So it depends on what kind of version of copy trading you're talking, but yes, it can work with all of those.
Yeah. So this is a safety feature, and this is something for you guys to know too for AK. If he tries to leave this page, right, and let's pretend this says broadcast up top and not Echo, he tries to leave this page, so i.e. not pay attention to his trade anymore, he's going to get this, right? He's going to essentially get a warning. It will be slightly different than it does say on Echo. It'll essentially say, if you leave, everything's going to flatten. So it's a safety feature that we put in for following the broadcaster. If that broadcaster does leave the session, your trades are automatically going to flatten.
Somebody's asking, or they said they already have a VPS to run AK's Co-Sniper. Should I launch the ClearEdge website from the VPS? No, you launch
so
it'll be preloaded.
I'm showing sort of our VPS feature that we are launching in a couple of weeks here. If you already have a VPS and that's what you run, I would just install the ClearEdge software on your VPS and run it from there.
Yeah, but you can go to my.clearedge.trading, log in there, and then under subscriptions, you'll see the download app.
Yep.
So you will go to the website, but just to get the download link.
Right here.
Yep, right top right.
Or you can go to clearedge.trading/download.
And Nara, is Echo available for people right now, or is it still?
It is.
It is.
Yep, that is launched.
Then that last question, I currently use Tradecopia for Lucid accounts. And if you have that feature, I don't need to have it. Yep. so it's already out. You can use
Yeah, I
Echo.
mean, it depends what you use Tradecopia. I don't know what Tradecopia does, and I think copy traders are really dangerous. I think copy traders, for the function I think you're referencing, essentially where it takes the trade from your broker and then sends the trade from your broker to other brokers. We did it slightly different, where you're going to initiate your trade from our software, and you can send it to any number of brokers you so choose. It takes out the feature of a copy trader trying to read what your position is in your broker. So we don't have, by traditional nomenclature, a true copy trader. It's just our variation of it that we built for stability versus how some of these other ones work. I think how some of these other ones, I see absolute murders happening because people had their copy traders mess up on them. So you have to run CoSniper from the software, not from my.clearedge. You cannot run CoSniper from the web platform. You have to, you can set up everything right from broadcast. You can set up your channel membership. This is where you put in your invite code, etc. But then you're going to need to go to your software and set up your signal from your software.
And if you think of the website,
I get it, but no, we do not have a true copy trader that mirrors a parent account to followers across platforms.
and if you look on the left side of Dan's screen where you see the signals on the website, technically you can set up your signals from the website as well. You can't add them to your brokers because your broker's connected locally on your machine.
But the
so
CoSniper ones you actually don't need to set up. Once you subscribe and put in the invite code, they pop right up.
Correct. But the website is more for management of your account, or to get access to your VPS if you have one set up. But you, like Dan said, you'll need the actual software to execute anything. You can't run anything from the website.
Can I show how you would set up a? Yeah, I can. I actually do have to take off here shortly, but I will show you quickly here. So I will show you how I would set up a signal on Echo. So let's log into, this is the account I believe that has CoSniper running. Let's log in. Yep, here. So if I want to run a signal from Echo, I'm just going to add a new strategy here. Click here. I'm going to go down and I'm going to select my Echo signal that I built. I'm going to select the account I want it in. I'm going to select my contract name, which I believe I set this up for MNQ. There you go. Done. Turn it on. That's it.
Easy
So
as
you
that.
know you have your own Echo signal here, and you have your CoSniper signal here. They're on different accounts.
Yeah. Man, this is exciting, man. A lot of stuff. This
Yeah,
just
a lot of cool things,
ecosystem.
and I really can't wait to tell you guys the next thing that we are working on, which is a big secret, but the next thing we are working on is a game changer. Probably we're a couple months out from there, but man, get ready, because I think we're going to be able to be changing the game a little bit for automation platforms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once AK sends his broadcast code, you're going to paste it in right here. I'll show you. Channel memberships under your broadcast tab. Enter your invite code, blah, blah, blah. Hit join. And then all of a sudden you'll see this pop up with his signal there.
And Echo will be involved. Any of the subscriptions will have Echo, correct?
Let me double check. Let's see. Let's add a subscription and see. I believe its own Echo is only included on Elite, Ultimate, or Unlimited, I believe. But I am not positive. Let me double check here. Yeah, so you can see. Let's see. Yeah, I believe it's only on the top couple of plans. If you don't see it here and you're on the starter, it is only on Elite, Ultimate, or Unlimited. Echo is a pretty cool feature. If you're manually trading, right, and you want to trade it on a bunch of accounts at one time, and you don't want to rely on a unreliable copy trader that has blown a lot of accounts, it's sending the signal directly to your account that you want it sent to versus just copying it from another account. If you do need more help, probably the best place is our own Discord, and I can show you where to go. If you need help, you go to our own Discord here, and then you go down to Support Center, and you pick what it's about, right? So we have broadcast support here. You pick that. Echo support. Do you need help with Kairos? Is how you can really reach David or Brad here. As in our software team has access to software support too, so you can ask them questions right here and just open a ticket. So let's open a ticket for software support. There we go. Opened your ticket. There you go. Hello.
Person asking, on a starter plan, does 2 agents mean 2 instruments that we can automate at any point? No, it would mean that you have 2 connections to accounts, and he just had it up. So those 2 little toggle areas.
This
those
is an
are both
agent. This is an agent.
Yep.
So you can have 2 on at a time. 1, 2. This is 1 agent on, no agents on, 1 agent on, 2 agents on.
And Dan, go to the home page real quick. This is back in your VPS. Just click the home icon. So this is the way I explain it to people, and open up that broker. So 2 agents could be one on one broker, one on another, right? The little toggles that are on the far right side.
Oops. I'm just going to set up what it would look like. So here you go, right? So I have 3 strategies up. I have these 2 running. If I don't want to run this one, but I want to run a second broker over here on Tradevate, I turn this on. It's not going to let me because I set it up like a dummy. But if I had set it up right, I turn this one on. I turn this one on. Now I'm using 2 agents to 2 separate brokers. And if you have the 8 plan, right, and you want to use that, you could run 4 different brokers with 2 strategies on each broker. So there's unlimited ways to do it. If you have the unlimited plan, you can run as many brokers as you want, as many strategies as you want.
Yep. So if you're trying to see how many you have running, again, just go to the home page, look and see how many of the small toggles. The big toggles, your broker. The small ones are your agents. And you can have as many set up. I've seen somebody with about 50 set up, and he toggles on and off 8 at a time.
That's usually me.
Well, yeah, you may too, but he was scrolling through them, and I was like, wow, how many are set up? But
that's probably Wild Texan.
Probably
no,
Wild.
It wasn't him. I don't remember, but he
I called him out. It's either him or Johnny. That's another one that has like 150 things set up and just toggles on what he wants to run that day.
Yeah.
Lots of ways to do it.
Yep.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure. I will let you guys get to your weekend. Yeah, this has to be set up for a proper account after entering. Correct. Yep. So once you enter his code, then your signal will pop up here, right? So your signal until you enter his code, and we'll do it actually here because that one's off. And once you enter his code, the signal will actually pop up here. You'll see Co-Sniper or whatever it's named, MNQ, right? I told him, name it something unique so people know it, and then what instrument it's on. So,
Yep.
and if he has two signals, right, one on NQ, one on GC, you'll see those signals both pop up right here.
Yeah, and we do have. I put in the chat. If you scroll up, there's the Calendly link for setting up a meeting. So if you guys still need some help, feel free to set up a meeting. And then we're also going to have another stream on Sunday where we might touch on some of the setup stuff.
And just last before we go, and if you have multiple strategies but only sent to the 2 accounts, that should still work, right? Again, only 2 agents, 1 or 2 can be on at a time. If you have if you have the starter plan, if you have like the advanced, which is 8, you can have 8 of these on. Broker count doesn't matter. You can have 9 million brokers, but you can only have as many agents on as your plan allows.
Yep.
Right.
All right, all. Let's call it. Let's have a great weekend. Support for ClearEdge. We're available on and off for most of the weekend, but you can always open that ticket like I showed in Discord, and one of us will get back to you in the order sort of you contacted us. So, yeah, have a great weekend, and look forward to seeing how the broadcast feature works on Monday. Very excited for that. And any other questions that people have, feel free to reach us. Cheers.
Yep.
Have a great night.
Yep.
All right.
No, have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.